what even is dating? Why are we doing this? What game are we playing? I also am so sick and tired of games. Like, I just can't. Can't we just be honest? Can't we just be honest? Like, can't you just, you know what I mean? Tell just, what do you want? Respectfully, I don't want to spread my legs and have someone like enter me like that when I just don't know them.
I've seen you on TikTok. You're absolutely hilarious, obviously beautiful too. So let's dive into some of your funny videos that you do. First of all, I want to start with the fact that you are so gorgeous and you're a professional model, but you're also hilarious. Does that intimidate men when you meet guys that actually realize you're funny too?
Well, first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. I think one of the compliment that I love to get is that people find me funny. That is my favorite thing to do, is to make people laugh and to laugh. Does it intimidate men? You know, that's an interesting question because I believe it does. I believe that men have a harder time conversing with me or relating to me in a sense because I'm so forward with my personality and I'm so forward with my humor. And but I will say, like, I went to a cocktail party a few weeks ago, and you know, a lot of my newer friends that I met this summer were, you know, an even mix between men and women. But the guys I saw, they were like, "You're hilarious on social media. You're so funny on social media." And I was like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." But you know, that was it. So nothing else. So I don't know. I think also I feel like some men are intimidated or like worried or fearful of someone like me who is not afraid to share stories. I actually have a perfect example of someone who I shared a real story with on TikTok. He got very upset with me. Didn't share his name. I didn't share his identity. I shared his age, but like, you know, there's so many 34-year-old men out there, but yeah, he was very upset with me. So I got in trouble actually.
It's so funny because like you said, it's like no one's ever going to know it's them, but they feel so like, oh my God, she's talking about me. I'm like, no one knows that I'm talking about you. Let's be real.
Yeah. And then it was actually at that same cocktail party that I was like, oh my gosh, I was talking to one of my friends. I was like, oh my, I think they had mentioned something about the story. They had saw it because it went a little viral, and they were like, "Oh, I know exactly who you were talking about." I was like, "How?" He was like, "Oh, he told us about this." And I'm like, "Okay, well, if he's telling his friends, why does he have a problem with?" You know what it was? It was the one that I was talking about how I'm taking a break from dating because a guy told me that he doesn't know how to wipe.
I was going to ask real quick, can you hear this in here?
I'm hearing no.
For sure. Do you want to double check? Because it's echoing. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I was just making sure. Talk again.
No,
sure
that's
can't
okay.
Hear this in here. No, you can't.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I was like, because I heard it echoing. I was like, that would suck if it's like redoing it, jumping.
Oh, no,
okay,
trust
perfect.
me. I
go
get
ahead.
That. Yeah. No, I was just saying how one of my guy friends at the cocktail party knew exactly who the video was about, and so then I later spoke to this person who the story was about, and he was very upset, and it was quite uncomfortable. And so I fear I fear myself that by putting myself in the situation of exposing myself and my life and my stories online is actually going to shoot me in the foot.
I know. And it's so crazy because when you're like authentic and you say like real shit that's actually happening, it's so much more relatable on social media. So I learned that from a lot of creators who are like, well, for me to like be entertaining, it's more entertaining if it's stuff that I'm actually going through than like made up stories, because like more people will relate. But it takes a certain type of person to be comfortable with that. I think it's more like, it's funny that guys would get uncomfortable before anyone even knows about them, because it's like no one knows it's you, let's be honest. But when it's like a public relationship and everyone knows, I get that more. It's like, okay, they know I'm talking about my boyfriend. But yeah, I feel like before that it shouldn't matter. I think for you too, and one of the things about funny girls is like, if you're funny, you're pretty smart, right? Because you have to be witty, you have to have comebacks, you have to. So I feel like that's the part that like intimidates guys, where they're like, oh shit, this girl might like outdo me, or like she knows too much, or she gets it too much, or like, or they're not funny, and then it makes them feel uncomfortable, like they don't know what to say around you.
Yeah, you know, there is an interesting balance that comes to play with like the funny dynamic, with men, with relationships, with friendships, with people in general, I think about my most favorite experiences with anyone that I'm around, and it's if we're doing bits, if we're being silly and having fun and having a good time, because you want to leave feeling energized, you don't want to leave feeling drained, right? And my experience with that, with like dating, like I dated a guy who was hilarious, and we had our moments of being funny together, but he was like the performer. He was the one that needed the spotlight, and there was no like even balance. I then like started seeing another guy, and like he thinks I'm funny and he is funny, and so we can laugh together. And like my best friend, like her and I, we laugh together, and I want to do bits with her together. So it's like, it is a person who needs to have not only a sense of humor, but also is funny. Like those are the type of people I just think I want to surround myself with in general.
You're like my sister. My sister is exactly like this. She's like
Really?
hot. She's funny. She cannot date a guy that's not funny. She's like turned off if he's not funny. She's like, I can't even talk to
There's
him.
nothing worse
She
than
doesn't
a
care how
boring
hot
guy.
they
Are you
are. She's
kidding
like,
me?
it's her number one.
Yeah. No, oh my God, I have met some really boring people that I'm just like, oh my God, you don't even know how to talk to people. And it's not really their fault. Like I feel bad, and like I tried to play, but like they just don't know how, and it's really boring. But if you get someone who's too funny and too performative, it's also like exhausting. And I have found myself to be that person in certain situations as well. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, ooh, I'm being a little too much. I need to relax. I'm going a little too crazy.
That's what she says too. She's like, some guys, when they're telling me like, we haven't had a serious conversation yet, and she's like, oh, sorry, okay,
Yeah.
here we go. I have to calm it down.
No, seriously. And sometimes, or I'll be sometimes, yeah, I totally relate to that, because I'm like, sometimes I just don't want to be serious ever. I'm like, no, I'm dealing with the serious stuff on my own. Don't talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about your bills. Don't talk to me about your taxes. Don't talk to me about what you're like, talk to me about what you're like creating or working on. That's exciting, but don't talk to me about serious stuff, because like, I'm going to go to the grocery store and have a panic attack on my own. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to deal with it. Okay.
I can do it all by myself.
Yeah.
And it's actually true when you're like funny, because my sister brings that out of me more. Like if anything, I'm the more serious one. She's the more funny one. And it's funny because she's my older sister, but everyone thinks I'm older than her because of it, because she's like goofy all the time and funny.
Yeah. You're just
like
more
makes
mature.
lightness of stuff. And I love that, because I'm like, it's very like childlike energy. So anytime I'm with her and I'm like that, I feel so much more like you said, it's anyone that's not like that, it's more like draining energy. Because when you are like silly and lighthearted, it's like very youthful, and it feels like just fun. You're just like in the moment, being like present, just being silly. Nothing's such a big deal. So I'm like, it is good, very good for our mental health to be around that in general, period.
It's
than
true.
someone that just takes life so seriously.
Like I'll be at work sometimes, and like there are just some people, respectfully, who just take their job too seriously. And it's like, guys, like this is also the thing about like having fun and doing bits, is like once you realize that like all of this is just made up, like we all just made this up, and you know what else we can do? We can just make up more stuff, and it's so fun to just keep making stuff up as we go, like whether that be in conversation or like I took a couple improv classes, and so like you're literally making stuff up, right? And then like taking that and putting it into reality in your real life, and just like having fun is just so much, like you said, it's a youthful way of living. It's more fun. It's expressive. It's creative. It's keeping you in an imaginative mindset that people will just I think people just like to be around. I mean, like people, why do you think people like to watch comedy, or like why do you think people love laughing, or like why laughing feels so good is because it's fun.
Exactly. 100%. Okay, I want to go into some like hot girl dating struggles. Why do you think people think hot girls have such a easier time dating?
Easier?
Yes.
People think it's easier?
Yeah, they think you have so many options. Even men will be like, this is my other question, like dudes always think that you're dating if you're hot, that you have a bunch of guys in your DMs that you can leave them for at any moment.
Oh my God. Well, Here's a refresher. Newsflash, not the case. Okay, maybe. Okay, actually, I will say I do get some like I don't know, like I don't want to call them like daddies because they're not like sugar daddies. I just mean like, like you're like old Joe Schmo from Oklahoma, like in my DMs. Like I'm never gonna meet you, and you're also like so far away, and like what are you doing? You probably have a secret wife or something. Like those are the people in my DMs, like people who should just not be in my DMs. But like possible like prospects or like dating prospects. Oh my god. I actually love this question because I have been on the struggle bus this week. More, God, I don't know how this is gonna sound, but you know what? I'm gonna be very authentic. I have been single now for 5 or 6 months. I decided that I wanted to be single for me to like find myself. That's not to say that I'm not gonna explore options that come my way. I think that's important. I think it's important to say yes and experience and make new friends. That's what my therapist would say. Go into dating like you're making new friends. And I'm like, okay. But no, it's like anything that I want, because we all have a certain set of standards for a partner. Anytime I want someone, they never want me back. And it's like I'm getting the people who I'm just not really interested in. And it's not very often either. It's not like I have men rolling up all the time. It's very rare that a guy will actually come up to me when I'm going out to drinks. 1 second.
Nikki, come here.
Okay. So sorry. I actually had a guy come up to me a few weeks ago when I went to dinner, and it was the first time I think in like 5 years, if that makes sense.
I know it's not all the time. I know that.
No, it's crazy. And like I have friends who are in the modeling industry, but they totally have guys coming up to them. They I don't know, maybe it's just like an energy thing.
Yeah.
Or like like I read this book called Cues by Vanessa Van Edwards, and she talks about how you're supposed to give someone like 8 looks for like 3 seconds or like a certain amount of time, and you like have to gesture towards them in order for them to feel safe and comfortable coming over to you. And I'm like, bro, I can't even look at people in the face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
same. I feel
looking
you.
at people just makes me so nervous and uncomfortable. And like, even if you do come up to me, like this guy came up to me and I was so afraid that he was going to kill me just because that's what I was raised. Like, I know he's not going to kill me, you know what I mean? But my first thought is like, oh my God, don't let him too close. Like, is he going to do, like, don't hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, that's my dad raised me to be like one of the most paranoid people. It's just so annoying. But anyway, he came up to me and he's asking me questions and he's being nice and he's so confident. And like by the end of it, I gave him my phone number because I was like, oh my God, like somebody came up to me, like, okay, cool. But that just never happens. That is once in a blue moon. It's very rare. The people that are in my DMs, like I said, it's Joe from Oklahoma who probably has a wife. And so the dating scene is just like not easy for me. And I, am in a space right now where I'm single and happy, but also like seeking and craving so much validation from someone that I am actually interested in, that I'm like going through this mental battle right now where I'm like, just push through. Like you're almost there. You're almost going to be single and happy. Just push through. You don't need a guy to make you feel good about yourself. Like just get up and do what you have to do.
I know, it's crazy because like, well, 2 parts to everything I have a few parts to things you said, because I'm like, damn, that's exactly how I feel. Sometimes I'm with girls and they're beautiful too, but they get hit on all the time. But it's like their energy, I've talked about this deeply with people, is like they're just very approachable, or they do the eye contact thing, or they're just very flirtatious and put themselves out there. I'm like I cannot do that. But there's that side. So I do think it's an energy thing. But also it's so interesting because I was single for 2 years, and then it was literally, of course, the moment I stopped even thinking about it and I was like working so much, I had so much going on, then that's when I met someone. We're not together now, but it's just interesting that it does happen when you don't focus on it and you're actually cool with being single. And it was right when I like really built out like my community and group of friends too. That was a big one. Like when you have enough like friends and things to do and like you feel fulfilled from that side, then you don't like need someone. And then it always comes in then. It's like, now you want to come into my life?
Yeah.
When you
always
don't
at
need it.
The wrong times, when you've got everything figured out, here they come swooping in like your knight in shining armor that you never needed. It's like, all right. Cool.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I also do this a lot, but I don't know if you've tested this. Like just when I decide, I'm like, I decided this some time ago, but it really works. It's like if you don't just entertain everyone, not that I assume you do, but if you're more like selective with even who you go on dates with or who you give your time to and so forth, then the people that come to you just start elevating and like you get better and better men that approach you because now your energy is more selective. It's fewer and far between, but you kind of just keep being like, it's fine. Like you have to really just know that if they didn't sync up with you or that person didn't, if there was a cute guy at the bar and he talked to someone else, like, okay, that person's just not on my energetic level. And you keep just knowing that there's something better for you. And then I just constantly see if I don't settle or if I don't give my number to certain people that I know, I'm like, then I keep getting like better quality men. But I also think it's a good point that your therapist said is like, go on these dates as if they're a friend, because then you're not putting pressure on it. It's just like, we'll see if we can even be friends.
Yeah. Wiggle, come here. Come on, buddy. I think I haven't really dabbled in the like I always had a boyfriend, so it was really hard for me to like I have a really hard time dating. Dating actually freaks me out. Like I don't know if you feel this way, but going on a first date, I am like panicking. Do you feel that way,
sure.
or am I alone in this?
I don't even remember the last time I went on a first date, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I always date people
Honestly,
through friends.
good for you.
So I'm like, I've already hung out with them a few times, so it doesn't feel like a first date at that point. It's like, oh, it's more casual. I haven't went on like a real first date with someone where I barely know them. Can't even remember, probably 7 years.
Okay, wait, so you're doing exactly what my therapist recommended me date. You be friends first, you get comfortable with them. There's no pressure to be intimate with someone you just met. Yeah, see, this is just like the smartest way to go. I like this. And I think I need to try it because like I said, I haven't been single very long. I've only been on like, I don't know, like less than a handful of dates. And to be honest with you, like I don't even care. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
You know, and so my friends even like joke with me too, because when I first got out of the relationship, they were like, Aubrie, you need to go out and you need to have a good time. And you need to go sleep with men. Like you need to excuse my language, you need to fuck around and find out. And I'm like, no, like that's just not really my style. Like I just don't really want to do that. Like also like, you know, it's not a safe world out here. And, you know, I just don't want to do that. You know, like I don't want to, respectfully, I don't want to spread my legs and have someone like enter me like that when I just don't know them. And so I like took a back seat, but there have been, you know, like that guy who I gave my number to, by the way, that was like over a month ago. Still haven't gone out with him. So it's like, what even is dating? Why are we doing this? What game are we playing? I also am so sick and tired of games. Like can't we just be honest? Can't we just be honest? Like, can't you just, you know what I mean? Just what do you want? What are you looking for? Are you ready to get married by any chance? Like anytime within the next 1 to 2 years? Because if not, then just like leave me alone. You know what I mean? And if it's not 100%. Me, that's fine. I just don't. We don't need to waste each other's time. Like if you want to have fun, we can have fun. Like it's just so easy. Like, and I also think that women are afraid to have those conversations too. And like, not even with the person, like with themselves. I think a lot of people are afraid to have conversations with themselves about what they actually want because they have been told by society or told by their parents or told by their small town groups that this is the life that you're supposed to have and you're supposed to be married at a certain age or have your life figured out by a certain age. And it's just like, no one on this planet knows what we're doing because it goes back into what we said earlier, where it's just like everything is made up and everything is confusing and we're all just confused and we don't know what we're doing and we're just trying to figure it out. So why don't we just have some fun along the way?
Yeah, we're all just playing this game called life, and someone put the rules in
Yeah.
place, and then some of us follow them, some of us don't. But some people take it too seriously and are like, you're like, okay, just chill. We're all making up making up these rules to begin with. But I was gonna say, like, back to the point of the guys thinking that hot girls have so many options. It's exactly what you said. It's like the people that most of the times are messaging are not someone you're ever actually going to meet up with and so forth. It's very rare to come across someone, no matter what you look like in this world, that you're actually going to want to go on a date with, take seriously, and so forth. Like, that comes few and far between. Like, right?
I also will say, like, maybe we should cut that part out because, like, we do totally have so many options. So, like, you better keep up. Like, you better, like, act right. You know what I'm saying? We have so many options. It's crazy. And they're all so
that's
hot
true,
and,
that's
like,
true.
good
But
looking.
it's
And
good
they're
that
all,
they
like,
think
6'5".
that. But I honestly, like, the mindset I've taken, and the way you've answered a lot of stuff seems like you're more like me, is the mindset I give off is just like, no, I don't. I'm not talking to a bunch of men, but that's because I'm very selective.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you want to be in my energy, it's like, you got to be a certain level and you have to treat me at a certain level for me to even take you seriously. But it's much easier for me because I've never gone on a date from a dating app. I think it's hard to establish that when it's someone you don't know at all and has no, like, reference points to you. But when it's through friends and they kind of see how you move, then they're like, okay, this girl's not just like, I haven't heard of all these guys she's hooked up with. I don't really see her doing shit. Like, it's much easier to, like, establish your value, where it's tough when you're, like, meeting someone for the first time and then you're trying to establish your value very quickly.
Yep.
So that's maybe why I've seen it work, because I've met people through friends. But also, like, I always think about my sister, like, she's into, like, she does dating coaching for men. So she's, like, obsessed with dating. Wow. Like, as far as, like, the psychology of it and how to get people to take you seriously and so forth, and why are men and women having such a hard time with it. And so she, like, makes it fun and entertaining, but, like, still giving it advice. She would go on dates often because she was like, okay, I want to meet someone. And so she was always that type of person, like, goes on dating apps and isn't afraid to, like, go on a date. She thought it was good to, like, put yourself out there and so forth. She did the eye contact thing. She's a pro. And I was always the opposite of her. I'm like,
But she's got experience in it too, you know?
Yeah. So she did all the research. Like, she was always so into that. I was always so into business. Like, we're so opposite. So I was always like, if I think a guy's hot, I'm, like, not looking at them at all. I'm like, I feel more uncomfortable. I'm
actually looking at the wall for, like, 5 minutes and figuring out what I'm going to do. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I'm scared.
I'm like, if I like you, if I actually like you, you will have no idea if I don't know you. But that's why I really need a guy to just walk up to me. But like you said, it doesn't really happen often. I was going to say, and I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like for men, this is my own weird psychology thing. I'm like, I feel like when men see me on a dating app, because I had Raya for years, but I never actually went on a date from it. But I was like, I feel like something about even seeing me there is like, oh, I'm available. Like, and guys, like, want the chase. So I feel like something about that too. It's like, yeah, I'm really looking for someone. Like, as a woman,
do you think it's helpful?
like,
is that what you're saying?
they want the girl that they feel like, you know, isn't needing someone or isn't looking, and, like, they're like the chase. It's like, energetically it feels weird because we're supposed to naturally be the ones that they're chasing. But, like, guys nowadays
so
are
weird.
just,
I
like,
agree.
not the same.
I so agree with you. It's like, I don't want to say desperate or pathetic because, like, it's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love or those kinds of things. But I do agree that there is some sort of that kind of energy without it being so yucky. There is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me. I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me. And it's just like, ooh, I don't like that. Like, why can't we just be, like, cool first? Like, don't look at me like that.
And why
like,
can't we go back?
sexualize me.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're, like, at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to
Yeah.
take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because like
Yeah.
society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
No, I hate it too. I will say though, like I think that social media is doing a really good job in like you ever see those clips online sometimes where it's like people going up to random people on the street and then they'll record all of their reactions of like trying to talk to people. I think that social media is doing a good job in kind of like pushing the direction of dating into that again, of saying like, no, you should be going up to more people and talking to them. For example, like this actually happened on Tuesday. I was getting out of work. I was in Soho. And honestly, like I felt like shit. Like my makeup was all crappy because it was a full day of work. And I just, like my skin was breaking out. And I was like, oh God, I was like waiting for my Uber. I'm like, hurry up or whatever. And this guy came over to me and he was like, hey, I really love your outfit. Hi, my name is Preston. And I was wondering if I can get your number. And like, to be honest with you, if he didn't look like he was 12, I would have been like, oh my God, like, yeah, I would love to give you my number. But he looked like a child. And I was like, sorry, no. But then I like ran to get in my Uber and went inside. But like, maybe that's happening. You're in LA, right?
Yes, I'm in LA.
Yeah, maybe that's just happening more in New York because that's the second time within like a month and a half that that's happened to me. And this is new thing. This is brand spanking new. So I don't know what's
Well,
going
maybe
on.
something changed in your energy. You're more open. A little bit more
That's
open.
true. Okay. My legs are closed, but my energy is open. All right. It's good.
And I was gonna say too, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, but yes, I always applaud guys that are confident enough to do that. I'm like, good for you.
Yep.
Respect.
I do agree. When that first guy asked me for my number and he wouldn't leave me alone, my friends were also like right down the street. I was like waiting for one of them to save me. The only thing that was like in my brain was, I can't believe this guy is still here talking to me, even though I'm being so cold. I'm not answering his questions very well. I'm being very one-worded. But I was like, oh my God, he's so confident. Like, and also he looks like older. I think that's good. But like, okay. And it just, I mean, more men should ask for women's numbers.
For sure.
That's what I'm going to say.
I was also gonna ask you too. You are in the modeling industry. You probably see hot guys all the time. Why have you not met guys through the modeling industry or like even at brands, work with brands?
You mean like male
People would
models?
assume you see them all the time. Yeah. Or even the guys that work at the companies you're modeling for.
Okay. That's a great question. So for the professional side of things, I actually prefer not to date anybody typically. I'm not even going to say typically. I've never dated anybody that I work with. I think that it's a little bit of a tricky territory. I have met some very attractive men in my industry, though, male models, and people behind the scenes, and everyone that I meet in the industry is absolutely incredible, absolutely so kind. They love what they do. It's so nice to be in that space. But when I find that someone that I'm working with is hitting on me, it usually tends to be somebody who is a little bit too old for me, a little bit too experienced for me, a little bit, and they have this energy of creepy, and a little. It's almost like you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? It's like in this industry, in this day and age, like you shouldn't. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be doing that. As for like my peers, as in the male models, I just like respectfully, I just can't date a guy who's too hot because there comes stuff with that. Like they just care too much about what they look like. Do you know what I mean? Like I have my routine and the things that I do in order to maintain and feel good about myself. But some of these male models, like it really is that movie with Ben Stiller. What is that? What's that movie called?
Oh yeah, Zoolander.
Oh my God. It's like, bro, chill out. Okay. This is a job. This isn't your life. Like, it's okay to have some fun. Like it's like,
it's a little
they're so
weird,
serious.
I think for me, because I work with so many influencers and I've had so many guys, because I like don't really date the clients I work with, even though they're all my age and a lot of them I'm friends with. And so I've
Yeah.
had guys I've dated be like, well, why didn't you date that guy? Like one of the influencer guys that every girl dates. And I'm like, something about them constantly being in the forefront and having to be this like hot guy and so forth is just like, I don't know, it's weird for me. I'm just not attracted to that. It's like
I'm not
you're
attracted to it
more
either, I
like
get it.
wanting to be the center of attention than me. It's like weird. I think it's like a certain type of girl that likes that.
Yeah, I do think it's a certain, I agree. I think that, I think that, so I will say I have met a few male models who are like normal people, like they're very attractive, like gorgeous men, but they're normal people. Like that is a guy that I would date. That is a male model that I would date. The Zoolander type, I just wouldn't. So I get what you're saying. Like the center of attention. Like, I want to be the center of attention. The fuck? Like what the hell?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm the girl.
you go, do the job that you chose, and I will make everyone laugh, or like, take them to lunch or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But like, don't look in the mirror too much because you're making me
God, it
uncomfortable.
kills
Like,
me.
I don't even look
or
in the
if
mirror
they take
that
selfies
much.
too much, I just can't.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I went on a date with a guy not once. I dated him for like 5 months. He's a really good guy.
He was my boyfriend.
Yeah, he was my boyfriend. We never really talked about it. We talked about exclusivity. No, but really good guy. And if he ever hears this podcast, he's going to know that this is about him. So if you're watching, hi. He, on our first date, was so out of character. I've actually, I never ended up seeing that side of him throughout the remainder of our relationship. But on our first date, we went to the corner store, and in the corner store there is a wall of booths, and on the wall of booths is a mirror. It's a mirror wall. I was sitting the mirror wall behind me, and he was sitting next to it, so he could see. If he turned like this, he was looking in the mirror. This man looked in the mirror at least 10 times.
That would kill me.
I was like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you? Yeah, I'm like, why are you looking in the mirror? So like, you look good. It's okay. You look fine. Did you look fine when you left the house? Because you still look the same. Like, it's okay. It's not like you're not wearing makeup. You have gel in your
guys,
hair.
you always look the fucking same.
Yeah, you look the same, bro. Your shirt is the same. Your eyebrows are the same, bro. Like, what do you mean? You're not wearing. You don't need to touch up your concealer. Like, oh my God. So yeah, when a guy does that too much, I'm like, bye. I gotta go. I can't. Yeah.
What's your biggest ick story with someone you've dated? Like instantly killed attraction.
Oh man, I don't have a lot of that because usually it's me who's giving the ick. Let me think about this because, I mean, I kind of earlier told the story about the guy who was talking about how he doesn't take shits in public because he doesn't know how to wipe. That was pretty and this, okay, maybe I shouldn't say too much. You know what? It's already on the internet. This person also came from money. And so it was just you didn't have to wipe your own ass, which is why you don't know how. You know what I mean? It was just oh God,
that's
too much.
Wild. But who wipes his ass when he's home?
He doesn't. He just takes a shit and then takes a shower.
Jeez, what a life.
Which clean, good for you. That's sure, that's a clean way to do it. But I know you're not getting up the canal there, buddy, which is the most important part. You're just getting the rim. Okay.
I can't believe he told you that too. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I think honestly, and now I feel bad for exposing this because he did tell me in in a confident way. It was almost like he was peacocking me. I'm like, I don't think this is the right way to peacock.
You're like, this is not turning me on.
No. Exactly. But I don't think I can think of anything else. Oh, you know what it is actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the one thing that will always give me the ick is I think this is maybe not what you're looking for, but it's when someone's a bad kisser.
Oh, that is bad. That is a bad one.
And it's not that they've always been a bad kisser, it's that they turned into one. Yeah. And I could be so attracted to the person. I'm like, oh my God, I'm ravenous for you. Take your pants off right now. But then if they're a bad kisser, I'm like, we actually can never speak again. I'm so sorry.
Can never talk to you again. Go home. It
Yeah,
kills
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Well, because you know everything else is going to be bad too. Like if they don't understand that. Also, like maybe there's people that like that way they kiss. It just shows like you guys aren't going to have that like chemistry and like know how to like even how to put your hands on you correctly. Like the whole rhythm
It's a
is
dance.
off.
Yeah. Rhythm is the perfect word. It is a fucking dance, and you got to find each other's rhythm. And it's just like, what are we doing? No, yeah, that's my ick. What's your ick?
I was gonna say mine is when a guy brags too much. That's a killer.
Okay.
Like if a guy tries to
Did
like
you have
brag to
someone?
impress you too much, it's like because then that shows me they're just not confident, which is funny because they think that they're trying to show they are confident, but then that just shows me you're not confident. Like if they're like just like bragging about money or like who they know. I'm in LA too, so that happens to me a lot, like who they
Yikes.
know and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just
The
like
name
try to-
dropping in
yeah.
LA is actually wild. It's wild how many men will name drop who they know. I lived in LA for a year and a half, and I experienced a lot of that. And it really only happens in LA, actually. In New York, if someone's name dropping, people are like, oh, you think you're cool because you know what? Someone's like, get the fuck out of here. Like people don't care. It's just not a thing. People are like, we want to have dinner in the dark and then go home. Like that's just what we want to do over here. We don't care about what you're doing in your downtime. And who you
Yeah.
know.
That's refreshing. I was gonna say this. My next like segment with you is dating in New York. So I'm so happy you've lived in LA too. What are the typical men like in New York with dating?
Oh God, they are finance bros or real estate people or like you mean like what are the men like?
Yeah.
Oh God, I mean dating in New York is atrocious. There's an epidemic of single women and single men because no one wants to get married anytime soon. Women want to settle down and have a life with somebody, and the men just are taking advantage of the fact that they know that they don't have to have kids until like 45.
It's so
like
fucked
they
up.
can.
I hate
It's
that.
so fucked up, and they know it, and they just don't care. So they are fucking around and having fun, and rightfully so, as they should. Like men should be able to do whatever they want as much as women should be able to do whatever they want. You know what I mean? But like the problem is that I don't think people are being honest about this goes back to what we said in the beginning. Like I just don't think people are honest about what they want. So like, you'll end up getting ghosted or lied to, or something turns into a situationship that you didn't necessarily think was going to be a situationship. And it's just dating in New York is terrible. It's terrible. But you do, if you are smart about it, you will get a free dinner and some free drinks, and you'll meet some new people. And you know what? If you stay friends with them, you might find the hotter friend. So you just got to play smart.
That's true. That's what my
Yeah.
sister always said. She's like, I always go into dates as a friend because what if I like their friend better? And then another thing she said, which was pretty good, is like she doesn't like if she met a guy on a dating app, she stopped like going on an official date. She'd be like, you can come hang with us. We're all going to this place tonight with her
Yeah.
friend group. That way it's more casual. She has to see if she even likes them. It makes them realize she's not taking them so seriously. So then they're like,
Yep.
oh, I gotta like prove myself, which is cool. And then they'll bring a friend, and then it's more casual. And if they don't vibe, then maybe they'll vibe with one of her friends, and it's like it's more easy, which was a good tip. But it's funny because
That's a great
my
tip.
girlfriends and I in LA always were talking about recently, like guys in New York are probably so much more like serious and no bullshit than LA. But it's funny that you're saying that because they're probably the same shit.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, first of all, I love that your sister does that, because I also have friends who do that, who will like invite a guy out with their friends to make it feel more loose. I've never done that.
I know, it's a good idea.
But I've never done that because like whenever I go on a date or I am like ready to date, I'm like, okay, let's see if this person is going to be like worth my while of like finding a partner. Cause I usually go into dating with the intention of like, I am looking for a boyfriend, or like this person, like you know what I mean? Like I agree with what my therapist says, but I'm like right now I'm like battling it because I'm like, yeah, but I'm not dating to make new friends, I guess. So it's a bit contradictory now that I'm thinking about it, but I'm going to try that. I'm going to try your sister's
I was going to say
advice.
my thing for you that I think you should try for the next few months is like, um, the idea of knowing that you're like cool if it happens, cool if it doesn't type of thing. Because I think
Yeah.
energetically, what we were and what you know too is like the more that you don't really have the pressure on it, that's when the guy starts to be like, are you talking to other people? Like, I would like to take you seriously. It's like, because you're not taking
Yeah.
it so seriously, then now the roles reverse. It's like, if you
Mm-hmm.
are looking for, anytime I've looked for a relationship, it never works for me. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's when you don't try so hard and you're being more casual and you're enjoying your life. And then they feel like now the roles are reversed and every guy feels like they have to chase you. So
Yeah.
that's where the females thrive the most when we're being chased. Cause naturally we're supposed to be chased. Like we're not supposed
Yeah.
to be trying.
But then what happens if you're not being chased? Like what then? You just chill
like
in
the
that
whole
energy,
dynamic
right? You're
is
just like,
healthier. The guy's happier with you because he's in his role, and the girl's happier because she's in her role. It's when it's messed the other way around that we start to get insecure. They start to be weird with us, and they're not happy. It's like because the roles are reversed, and we're supposed to stay in that energy. But it's hard nowadays. But I always
also
believe
feel like in
law
my
of attraction,
experience,
too. So I'm like, if you believe
Yeah.
that it is hard, then it will. So I'm trying to be like,
Yeah.
no, it's easy. It's easy.
I know, but like you can't lie to yourself. You know what I mean? Like that's also something that I'm learning along the way. Is like okay, like I've always had the hardest time with like feeling things or like knowing what I was feeling. I started to get into therapy a little over a year ago and like got so much better at like distinguishing what a specific feeling was, knowing when I was getting triggered, knowing when my emotions were, fluctuating or whatever it was. And so, what was I? Hold on, I just lost my train of thought. What did you say before this?
Like law of attraction, knowing it's gonna come, and then you started really
Right,
going
not
into
lying to
therapy.
yourself. Right. So I just feel like if things are hard or not easy, like we shouldn't lie to ourselves. At least this is my opinion. Like I don't think that I should be like, today's going to be a good day because yesterday sucked. Or like today I woke up and today I didn't hear from so and so like I'm feeling down, but I'm going to like lie to myself and tell myself that everything's going to be okay. Like I do think we should own our feelings in the sense of like, no, this sucks. Like it's going to be shitty for a little while. At least for me, I'm like this, like, for example, this past week has not been easy for me. Like I said earlier, like I've been in this weird position of like craving validation or craving even like male attention. And I'm just like, you got to push through it. This sucks right now, but like it's going to benefit you more in the end to be single and really feel what it feels like to not really have that male energy like lingering in my life. Like I just don't need that, right? But like I don't know, I just don't necessarily want to lie to myself anymore of like things are going to be okay. Like, well, I mean, actually things are going to be okay. They're always going to be okay. That's
I was
definitely
gonna
a
say that
positive,
too.
optimistic mindset
I think
to
it's
have.
like, yeah, I was gonna say what you're saying is so accurate. Go on.
Yeah, but I just think that like when I'm feeling something in the moment or like when something feels bad right now, like I just need to like feel it, accept it, and then just like when it's ready to move on and let go and get out of my body, that's when I'm like, okay, like things aren't as heavy anymore, but like really feel it when it is heavy because you're supposed to. Like your body's telling you to feel something, and so you should listen to it and like hold on to it and like find where in your body or like where in your memory it's exactly coming from, because that will inevitably make you stronger in the future when you're, dealing with that with somebody else. You know what I mean? Because if you can't deal with it on your own,
100%.
you're not going to be able to deal with it with somebody else.
Yeah,
I
I was
don't know
gonna
if any
say
of that
too.
made
It's like
sense.
100%. I agree with you. You have to feel your feelings. So a lot of people that don't, they're just like keeping them stored within them, and then that's not gonna help you either. I think the main key is like feel your feelings, and then when you're in the place, like at least look at the situation in a positive outcome. So like feel your feelings as long as you need to, but then at the end of it, you can say things when you're in a better place, like, I know I'm going to be fine. Like realistically, do I really think I'm going to be single forever? Like then you start to like
Right.
encourage yourself on the positive at some point once you've processed it. Because at the end of the day, it's like and just reestablishing a tone of like, I am going to be fine. I'm supposed to go through this right now. I could be learning something during the single time. Another thing that's helped me a lot is like, why am I in such a fucking rush? Because once I'm with someone, we have so much life. We're supposed to, if we don't want to get divorced, which I don't want to, I have so much life to live with someone else. And if you really think about it, once you're like 30, 40 years with someone, you're going to be looking back at this time and be like, wow, I didn't realize how good I had it. So then I like ease myself with that. Like, I'm going to look back at these times and be so jealous of the Tara now that got to like live by herself and hang out with her friends whenever she wanted. Like, this is the time I'm going to be like, that was so cool. So like now I try to reestablish like why this is a good thing and positive. And then when you're in that space, you attract better things. So I think it's all about like, what space are you in, and be okay and gentle with yourself during those times. Sometimes we have to have sad times and feel lonely. I feel it often because my sister's in a relationship. Like multiple of my best friends are freaking marrying the guys that they're with. And I'm like, really? No. Thanks, universe. You really have to make me feel really single right now. But so in the times when I'm like sad, when I feel the sadness, or I'm like home alone on a weekend, I have nothing to do, and they're all like with their boyfriends, I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. And then times when I can feel good
really
about
gotta
it,
just be with myself right now. Yeah. Oh man, being with yourself when you being with yourself when you feel lonely is such a tough position to be in, because there's all these things that you'll see online, or like even like friends or family will tell you like, you know, like really love yourself and really just, you know, take this time to you know, find who you are, find your routine. Like I sometimes I just can't with the like love yourself shit. Like you can't love someone until you fully love yourself. And it's like, bro, like it's so hard sometimes because like I'm fucking bored. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing the same shit every fucking day. I'm watching the same show, or I'm making the same dinner. I'm doing the same thing, whatever. And like, sure, I can ask my friends to go and hang out, but like, again, that's the same thing. Like with a partner, it's like choose your own adventure. Like we get to just like, oh my God, do you want to go on this trip? Do you want to do this? And like I tell my best friend sometimes, I'm like, respectfully, like I just want to like cuddle someone, and you're not the one I want to fucking cuddle. Okay. So
and it's not
what do you
you,
say
okay?
to that? Yeah. I'm like, I love you, but like, I want to make out with someone right now. And like, I want to have a partner to hold hands with and like sit next to on the couch. And like, she's like, well, just, you know, come over and we can hang. I'm like, no, no, sorry. You're not the one. But yeah, so just going back to like loving yourself, it's important, but also like we don't need to push it so hard and like put so much pressure on loving yourself, because like also being alone sucks. And all across history, humanity has always been about community. From like the cave people, the men were hunting, the women were foraging for berries, and we would come together and we would show each other what we got, and we had a community, and we had people taking care of each other's babies, and like it's just always been about community. And so having someone to even fall back on when times get hard, you know, it's like I can't ask my best friend to fucking help me out if I lost my job. I can't ask, you know, you have your partner to help and support you along the way. And so yeah, it's just sometimes you long for that companionship that you see everybody else in your life having, or see people on social media having. The amount of times there's this, I have a couple friend, or I have two friends and they're a couple. And they have a popular social media page now for their relationship. And every time they post, I'm like, there's an episode of Friends where Phoebe and Rachel are talking about Chandler and Monica being so cute. And they're like, oh, I'm so happy for them. And I'm not jealous at all. And they're like, yeah, I'm not jealous at all. And they're like, I'm like 90% happy, maybe 10% jealous. Something like that. Like, that's how I feel whenever I see people who are happy. I'm like, genuinely, I'm like, I'm so happy for you. But also like, where'd you find it? Where did you find that? Tell me, please. What did you do? Where were you? What space were you in when you found that person? Because like, it sucks, but it's fine. I'll just watch the Great British Baking Show by myself on a Friday. Like, it's cool.
I know, but every time, because me and my sister was talking about this is what we talk about all the time, especially like when she was single too. But I swear it's like finding, like, so if you feel like not as much fulfillment from like friend groups, it's getting yourself to experience connection, even if it's not romantic, and doing that as much as you can. Because once you feel fulfillment with connection, even if it's not a romantic partner, now you're in the energy of that connection coming to you more. And it's hard to do because we get in our comfort zone. We do the same things. We hang out with the same friends. So if you feel like it's not as like exciting, and trust me, I'm going through this right now. I'm like, I need to start making new friends because all my friends right now are in serious relationships. And then it puts in my face like, oh, I'm not in a fucking relationship. Damn it.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I need to make new friends. I need to hang out with new people. I need to have new experiences. I need to find life fun again. Because once I'm in that energy, we're such a magnet. Like we are.
Yeah.
It's just like putting yourself out of your comfort zone, making yourself have new experiences. And then it's almost like that kind of like, I've been watching these videos and they're so good, but it's like your reality is only based off how you observe it. So if you're trying to manifest something and you want something in your life, but you keep in the normal day, you have triggers and situations that remind you of the thing you don't have, then you're constantly feeding that energy. So if you keep her like, oh yeah, I'm not in a relationship. Oh, I'm not in a relationship. The only reason I'm saying this is because this is what I'm doing right now. But so as much as I can give it a space to not focus on it, then the universe can hand it to me. It's like we have to give it enough space.
You're basically like, hey guys, I can't be friends with you
bring it.
anymore. Can't be friends with you anymore. I can't see you guys being happy in your relationships. I'm so sorry. I need to go find new friends that are single. God, how sad is that?
Like you just have to give it enough of a space so the universe can hand it. Like I know it sounds weird, but like I've seen it now a few times. So I'm like, I just have to give. I need to just focus on anything else but wanting a relationship, and it will come. Anything and everything else.
Yeah.
As much as my time needs to go to something else.
You know, it's interesting that you bring this up because it's making me think about the summer that I had. Come summer, I was single. I was like newly single, fresh off the bat. I was like, I am going to go. My friends do this like yearly trip to the south of France. I got invited last year. I was in and out of an on and off relationship with this person. And I felt this summer, I felt free. I was like, I'm breaking free. I'm going on the trip. That last summer I got invited, but I didn't end up going because of the situationship or the relationship. And so the people that I was with are like single, fun. They love to party. They love to eat. They love to dance. They love to have fun. They love to be silly. I mean, just awesome people. And I felt really in that space with them, if that makes sense. I haven't seen them in a few weeks, and I'm now moving more so into the energy of like same like I think I'm kind of getting ready to like start dating again, and like maybe like thinking about being in a relationship. And I'm going through this my sister also is very big into energies, and she's like, and I was telling her a few days ago, I'm like, I'm not feeling great, I'm like feeling kind of sad, and she's like, you're going through a shift, like you're going through a shift mentally, you know, you're gonna level up soon, and like things are gonna get better. They always get worse before they get better. So just like know that and hope that it comforts you. But you know, now that you're saying that, I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder if I'm going through, you know, I'm not hanging out with my single friends as much. My best friend is dating somebody. Like, I wonder if I'm just going through a shift where like my mind is preparing me for the dating scene, or like that energy to be in the dating scene.
100%.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself. Yeah, I just like, for an example, I work a shitload, and when I got single again recently, I was like, damn it, how the fuck am I gonna meet someone? I literally work all the time. I hang out with the same friends. I feel like I know everyone in LA because I've grown up here. I feel like I know everyone. And then I told myself, I'm like, okay, Tara, if that's your mantra, then that's what you're going to believe. So then I was like, yeah. So I started switching it, and it was like 3 days into really being like, yeah, why am I putting this label on myself? Like, get rid of that label. It's not hard to meet someone. Get rid of that. And
It's
then
so easy.
randomly,
It's so easy to meet someone, actually.
yeah. And then randomly I was like, I got invited to this meeting with this guy that has wanted to meet with me for so long. And I always am like, I don't have time. I kind of brush him off all the time. He like has been wanting me to meet with him. So he's like, please. And one of the days I was like, you know what? I'll go meet with you. And I never wanted to meet with this guy. So finally I was just like, I had an intuition. I'll go meet with you. And I usually never wear makeup to meetings. I always like, don't really give a shit. I randomly was like, I'll just put on some makeup. Went to this meeting. As I'm in the meeting, there's this guy that walks in and he's like so good looking. I'm like, holy shit, that guy's good looking. And then the guy that I'm with is like, are you single? And he's like, that's my friend. You should meet him. And I'm like, and he's like, come into this meeting with us. We sit down and the guy's like so cute. I was like, holy shit, this is uncomfortable, whatever. But I had this like calmness come over me for some reason. Usually I'm very nervous if I think you're cute.
Oh, wow.
And then
That's a good sign.
Yeah. And then at some point he's like, get my number. No, he's like, we could like work together on stuff. And I'm like, okay, got his number. And I saw his like name because he had he put his full name in, and I looked him up on Instagram, and I only had one mutual friend with him. Well, because this guy met him through work, and I guess they talked on the phone. He knew he was single, but he wasn't even mutual friends with him. I only had one mutual friend with this guy, and it was a guy in London because my family's from England. So
cool.
I was like, I'm never gonna see this guy again because he lives in London. So I'm like, I'm never gonna see him again. I go to a birthday the next night. I'm at a birthday. I told my friend about him. I was like, oh my God, I met the hottest guy yesterday. But he lives in London. Maybe that's the universe just showing me like, you could meet guys through work. Like, don't put a limit on yourself.
Yeah.
Through meetings and stuff. So I'm like, maybe that was the universe just showing me that. Then I go to this birthday. I'm sitting at the birthday, sitting next to my friend that I just told about him. And he fucking walks in the birthday. It's at a house party. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, holy shit, that's him. I was like, this is creepy. So then I'm like, act like I don't know it's him. And he walks up to me. He's
the
like,
wall. You're
Tara.
like, oh my God, I play.
And I'm like,
Connect. Cool.
what are you doing here? Like, do you know the birthday person? And he's like, oh no, like, I don't know him at all. One of my friends just told me to come here while I'm in town. And I was like, that's crazy. So anyways, I was feeling like that is like a sign from the universe being like, the moment I need to just stop labeling things. And I also need to give the space of not looking for it, you know? And then that's when the universe can align me with it. So I've seen it work. I'm still working on it. It's a new thought.
That's honestly such a great story. The universe doesn't. I don't believe anything is a coincidence. I believe that the universe definitely sends you things when you are ready for them. Like, there's a reason why you never ended up meeting with that guy. You know what I mean? And like, who sees the guy that you're like, oh my God, he's so hot, and like, here's my number 2 days in a row. Like, what? This guy doesn't even live here. Like, that's crazy. But girl, I'm so delusional that I'm like if someone's not, if like I got ghosted, like I will literally say out loud, like this literally happened to me today. I was like, I said, he's going to text me back. It's cool. And then I was like, in my head, I was like, no, Aubrie, you have to manifest it. You have to say it as if it already happened. Then I was like, he texted me back. He already texted me. Like, those are like my mantras that I do. Like, I'm like so delusional. I'm like, I feel like, I don't know, at a certain point, I'm like, I like drive myself crazy. I'm like, what is manifesting versus what is just being delusional? I think that's a great topic.
It's all fucking delusional.
Yeah, it all is delusional, but as long as you believe in it, then you know it's
only
it's
we
real,
have to
believe
believe it.
in.
No one else has to fucking believe it, just you. It's crazy.
Yeah, but
that works, by the way, the texting back thing. I swear, me and my sister talked about that too. She used to do that when she was little. If a guy like doesn't text her for a couple hours, or like she thinks he's ghosting her, she'd be like, oh no, his phone died. Like, she used to do this in high school. I remember she would tell me this. She's like, his phone died before we even knew what law of attraction was, everything. And then next thing you know, he'll text her, I'm like, so sorry, my phone died. So she'll like talk herself into something she could believe happening. And then it happened. So I did it with a guy. And I was like, oh no, he like had surgery. And I'm like, oh no, he's just not healing well, because it was like hours from him texting me.
Yeah.
And then he literally texted me 2 days later, like, I'm sorry I haven't hit you up. I'm not healing properly. Like, I've had an issue and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, and I showed my sister, I'm like, dude, that's exactly what you said to do. But yeah, that works too.
All right. So I just need to like figure out an excuse as to why this guy hasn't talked to me in a few days. Okay. My excuse is going to be, I don't know. Oh God, there's no good excuse, because like, this person has been up like on social media. Like, his phone didn't die for sure. He has been on his phone. So like, he's been, you know what? He just like didn't see my text, and he's going to see it soon. And he's going to text me back, and it's going to be great. There's really no reasonable excuse that he shouldn't be texting me back, but
yeah,
we'll give him a pass. Yeah. We'll give him a fucking pass.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, man.
Do you
Men are
want to
just
go
ruthless
to?
these
Do you want to
days.
go into some would you date him questions?
Oh my God,
They're gonna be
yes, let's
funny,
do it.
more funny ones. Okay. He's super emotionally intelligent, but every morning he wakes up and does shirtless Instagram posts. Would you date him?
No. You know what? Actually, I did date a guy who had. I think I did date him. So
I think that's my ex.
yeah,
I've tried
yeah,
that.
I'm
before.
pretty sure that's my ex. Yeah. No, but I wouldn't. I probably. You know what? No. I wouldn't
She's
date him again.
questioning it. Maybe again. Maybe I'll try.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah. Honestly,
wasn't so
having an
bad.
emotionally intelligent boyfriend is
But
incredibly
twist,
important.
he makes you be the cameraman. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God. I'd be like, babe, like,
He's like, babe,
are
take the
you
phone
sure?
every morning.
Yeah.
You
Like,
got
who
this.
are you selling these to? Are these for the girls or the guys? The girls or the gays? Who are these for, babe?
Okay, another one. He's low-key mysterious, but he doesn't post you ever. Seriously, no one knows he even has a girlfriend.
Dated that. Already dated that. Like, would I date it again? Absolutely not. No. Pass. Fucking pass. That was exhausting, actually.
He's in touch with his emotions and knows how to express himself, but can't stop partying every chance he gets.
Jesus, it's like, do you want a guy who's like mentally okay, but just like physically terrible? It's like, no. I want a unicorn.
I know, it's a bad one. He's really
You
hot.
know,
So no, that one's a no.
I
I was going to the next one. Oh,
I
you
was
were
gonna
thinking
say
about
I
it.
like. Yeah, I was. I was gonna say I kind of like to party sometimes. So like, and by like party, I mean like going out and being a social butterfly. It's like I wouldn't actually like. I would probably date him. Just FYI.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, he's super hot, but doesn't know how to communicate his emotions.
No, I don't like hot guys. I don't like hot guys.
prefer if
Like,
you're a
no.
little
Get out,
ugly.
get out of my face. Yeah, I'm like, I need you to have something weird about you. I'm cool if you have a
Isn't it
nice
funny?
smile and if you have nice eyes and you have nice hair.
What's so funny about you saying I don't like hot guys as girls do. It's so true that there's so many women that like would rather not date a guy that's too hot because you just like know what that comes with. But like guys, they're all like striving to date a girl that's like super hot, but like they think that women are the same. But I'm like, if anything, we kind of don't want you to be like that because it's like, you're gonna be.
That's
we almost put
because
a label on
men-
those guys.
Yeah, men know that it benefits them more in their social circles to be with someone of a certain stature, who has a certain aesthetic, who has a certain beauty about them, because that's all that's mattered in the course of history with a specific group of men. I'm not going to generalize all men, but toxic men. Yes, I think that they care about having an attractive women because it makes them look a certain way in their professional life, in their social life, even, in family some cases. But women don't praise other women for having hot boyfriends. Women praise other women for having emotionally available partners who actually give a shit about them. Do you know what I mean?
100%. So
Yeah.
true. That's so true. Okay. This I already know your answer to this. He's very successful. He's very successful, but he's very successful, but he's not funny.
How successful?
Pays for everything, takes you on nice fancy dates, even pays
Wait,
for your
like, he's
friends
not-
if you have a girlfriend there.
Man. Okay, wait. Question.
But he doesn't know how to crack a joke. Maybe he even has dad jokes when he tries, and they're not funny. They're cringe.
I mean, no.
You're like, please shut your mouth when we're hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
I can
I'd be like,
handle your
"You
jokes
don't
behind
speak."
the scenes, but not in front of others.
Yeah. No. I mean, no. I don't think so. I was like thinking like maybe we could get him in a couple classes, but like it's just he just has no funny bun. You know what I mean? So no. So sad. You know, I
Okay.
actually remember my ex-boyfriend telling me that one of his really good friends, who is a comedian and like one of the most hilarious person that you would probably ever meet, she married like this super normal guy. And like, I don't know if he's funny, but he thinks she's funny. So if he thought I was funny, I'd be like, we're totally cool. You go do
Exactly,
your
that's
successful
true.
stuff. Yeah.
That's true. Because if he doesn't think you're funny and doesn't get your jokes, it's very uncomfortable.
Oh my God. If he doesn't think I'm funny, I want to die. I'm jumping into the Hudson River. Like, are you kidding me? From secondhand embarrassment of myself.
You're like, we have nothing to talk about. We're not going
Yeah.
to even hang out ever again.
No.
Okay. He makes you laugh all the time. Your sexual chemistry is amazing, but he has no goals and you're more of the man when it comes to finances.
Fuck no. No. What the hell? Oh my God, no. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, I need a unicorn. Like, that's just absolutely not. I cannot. No, I'm not turning into my mother. Are you kidding me? Respectfully, I love my mom, but like, she wears the fucking pants and it's just exhausting. Like, I need a man who's funny, ugly, and attractive at the same time. Did I say successful? Thinks I'm funny, emotionally intelligent, 6'3" at least. Like, this is a unicorn we're talking about. That's what I
But
need.
he exists. I believe it. I'm delusional.
He
It's happening.
totally exists. I've seen people all around me find their soulmates and the person that they were searching their whole life for. It does exist.
It does.
And if it
Okay,
doesn't, it's okay too.
My last one. He's spiritual, meditates every morning, but he thinks every girl is way too emotional.
Oh, yeah. I also agree.
He's my soulmate. There he
No.
is.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, there's ways to work around that. I don't think that all women are incredibly emotional. You know, I'd be like, "Hey babe, like, you know, we have periods, you know, like we actually are like on a roller coaster of hormones. Like, it's not our fault. It really was written in the stars for us to just be incredibly emotional." That's what I would probably tell him. So, but also, like, I kind of do agree. Women are just a little too emotional sometimes. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever had your best friend crash out on you and you're like, Jesus, fuck, like, it's really not that deep, honey. It's okay. You know?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's like it's different case by case because there's some guys that like don't get women at all and they think they just don't
Yeah.
understand women's emotions and you're just like, okay, well now you're not in touch with your emotions at all, like they're not.
I totally
There's
agree.
those guys, and then there's the ones that like you agree, you're just like, okay, you get it, and that girl is being way too emotional. Like they're like
Yeah.
they understand when it's like too much and when it's like, okay, that makes sense. I guess it just
Yeah.
depends on the guy, because some of them you're
Yeah.
like, okay, you just don't understand your own emotions at all, and I can't deal with that.
It's also
But,
like you don't understand
yeah.
people. Like, you don't understand human beings in general. Like, there's men like that. I've also met men who are incredibly, like, way too emotional themselves, like way too in touch with their feelings. So it's also like, you know, on the flip side too, it's not great to be with someone who's incredibly emotional like that. And so I feel their pain. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We need like a perfect balance. We're not asking for much.
Unicorn.
I never attract
Okay.
guys like that. I always attract, and I'm just changing it now. I don't always attract. That's my label. But I was attracting men that didn't know how to express their emotions. Like very successful guys, but they didn't know how to express their emotions. So I'm like pulling it out of them, like helping them like communicate properly and
Yeah.
how they're feeling. Because they're just like, they get like stiff almost because they don't know how to express it. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
why was I attracting that? So it's been hard for me to imagine someone that's like successful, because for me it's like if I'm very successful with my career, so it's hard for me to be dating someone that doesn't have goals and isn't like driving their career in that way. It feels weird if I'm dating that.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, then I'm more, it just has to be like they're motivating me too or inspiring me. So it's hard for me to imagine a guy that's successful, driven, but also has worked on their emotional world. I'm like, where is that guy?
Yep. Where is he? He is still working on himself currently, actually. Like, he's still in the process. He's looking for you. He's just like, I can't, right? I can't be who she needs me to be for her. Like he's like, I'm a fuck up right now. Give him a few more months. He's there though. He's working on himself. Much like the guy that's, looking for me. He's like, I'm waiting, and I'm like, I'm still in therapy. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Yeah.
Okay, so you obviously have grown a lot on social media. You're super hilarious. And did you just do this like for fun? That's what the vibe I get is like you obviously have your own like established career, and then one day you're just like cracking jokes on TikTok. And then it feels like you're very organic too, like very yourself. So I don't feel like you're planning much of your content. You're kind of just going off the cusp.
Yes, I do very much go off the cusp. I do it all for fun. That's not to say that I don't let the likes or saves or sends affect me. Like I do. I'm like, I do think to myself like, oh, I hope this pops off. Like that'd be cool, like whatever. But like strictly, yeah, I do it for fun. I don't do any paid promotions. I don't do any sponsorships. I don't do any. No, I don't. I had Dude Wipes reach out to me once. They wanted to like send me some stuff because I told a story about shitting my pants. And I was like, I don't really think I want that to be my brand.
I don't think I want to keep going with that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was like a one-time thing, maybe like a 2 or 3 time, like whatever. We didn't even talk about it, but like, I just was like, I can't. So yeah, I love sharing stories. I think my dad was a comedian before he met my mom, and we just grew up in a very funny household, and sharing that comedic side of myself is my favorite thing to do. I love, like I said earlier, like I love making people laugh. And so when I can get on there and share a funny story or a funny bit or a sketch idea that I have, like I just love sharing it with people. And there's people who are going to get it and people who don't get it, but ultimately it's just me having fun and on my own. I have so much free time from my modeling career, and so when I'm not doing anything, I'm coming up with ideas all the time. Right before bed, I come up with a sketch idea and I'll write it down in my notes app and hopefully like make it the next day. But yeah, when you have so much free time off, you got to find ways to fill it. And so I've just found a fun outlet,
I feel like because you're also doing it for fun, it's so much less pressure than like there's people that are like trying to make a career out of it. And then they're like almost forcing the next idea like how you're just like, it comes to me during like before bed, you're just allowing like the creative, and it's more of like, because you're enjoying it, it's going to keep like flowing, and then people can feel that too. Because I could tell that with you, it's very like natural and in the moment, and it feels like effortless, but that's what makes it like feel real and relatable. And so I was like, I've always loved your content. You do really well. And I work with so many influencers, so I see it all.
Thank you.
But and I was gonna say too, like it's smart for you to do this too, because you have your modeling career, but you're also building another avenue for yourself.
Yeah, and I got really lucky with my agent Corey. Shout out Corey. He's a real one. He actually will send my TikToks to clients to get them to work with me, because a lot of people think that modeling is sure, there are some certain jobs that modeling is about a very specific look or a specific size. But some jobs, with clients who are booking you consistently, and, I would say like the faster fashion brands where they're like shooting all the time, those people want to work with someone who's like fun and engaging on set and isn't going to be on their phone all the time or isn't going to be hiding away in the dressing room. And so my agent will send my TikToks to some of those clients to be like, this is who she is. Like, you're going to love her. She's awesome. She's fun. She's playful, and she's going to get the job done, that kind of thing. And so I'm really lucky that that I get to work with him, and he loves me for who I am too, and promotes me and my personality. Because just talking about from the beginning of the episode, like it is hard to find even a significant other, so to be able to work with somebody who is helping me make my income, who loves me for who I am, is so crucial and important for me.
100%. I was going to say too, like your point that you said is so true. Like at the end of the day, anyone in this industry, whether you're on social media, working with brands, or you're a model, or even on trying to be an actress, like at the end of the day, people want to work with who they actually like. Like it's like, because it's great if you're like beautiful and you come on set, great, but if you're like a bitch and like or hard to work with, like people are going to start to advocate not to work with you. So a lot of people don't realize that in the industry. They like try to be like cool and they get to their head, and it's like people want to work with who they actually like. Like you're going to get so much farther being like a good person and taking your job seriously and actually caring and like having fun and like, getting the job done. So
I was on set yesterday, and this the makeup artist was talking about this one model that's no longer like in the industry anymore. But I was talking to him about something about my agent, and I was just like expressing like similar things that I'm saying to you, like, oh my gosh, I love him or whatever. And he was like, oh, that's so good that you love your agent. I remember working with this one model who like was like screaming at her agent on the phone or something like that, and it was just like, I was like, oh, where is she now? He's like, I don't think she's modeling anymore. I'm like, yeah, because she's a bad person. Like, who thinks it's okay to talk to anybody like that? Like I remember listening to Amy Poehler's podcast, Good Hang, and she was talking about how like there are, certain movie sets that people were on that it was just like a nightmare to work with. And like it's just like, why are we making something creative and making the environment a hellhole for people? Like this should be fun. Like this should 100%. Be enjoyable. We should love what we do, especially when we're doing something creative. Like, and in my industry too, like it's a creative industry. People there's a concept, there's a mood board, there is a makeup look, a hair look, and we're all just trying to get there. We're all just trying to establish this thing that we envision in our brain, and we have a goal for the end of the day. And it's just like, why are we like, we should have fun, It's, man, there's so many callbacks to this episode because life is just about being, and having fun.
100%. And if you can make it fun, you're going to have a much better, easier, good time because it's not so serious. If you take it so seriously, life becomes hard. So you have to try to make it light. You just make things hard. Yes. You just think about everything that you put pressure on, like in your life, and how much it doesn't end up working out for you. Like when, like it just, talk about like wanting something really bad, wanting to be in a relationship really bad, and you're just not having any luck with it. And then as soon as you let go and you start focusing on something else, it comes to you. That's with everything in life. Like you're not going to like the outcome when you're putting so much pressure on it, because everybody knows that when you like, I don't know, like I'm thinking about my modeling when we're like trying really hard to get a great image and there's just like too many cooks, too many hands, then it's just like the energy affects me, the energy affects the makeup artist, and the makeup artist maybe just applied way too much makeup or applied too much spray, and now everything's just, there's so much chaos in the air, and you're just not gonna get what you want. I don't know how else to explain it. No, I agree. I was also gonna say too, like as females, like males are action oriented, like go after things, and female energy is attracting. So we always have to remember, because obviously we're in like the world of like we have to move into our masculine, because now we have to also make sure we're working and getting shit done. But we also have to balance our feminine and realize, when are we just in our masculine role, and when are we going to sit back and remember we need to be in the receiver energy? Like we're pushing way too hard now. We have to like, okay, let me ease up and just have fun again. And like the playful fun side is our feminine side. So they always say like women have to learn how to like play more, because that's like the energy where we receive, where it's like, oh, we're having fun, we're playing more, we're being like in the moment. That's our receiving energy, where we're like a magnet. So I
have a friend who is everywhere she goes, she's dancing, she's playing, she's laughing, she's having fun. This is the girl who is getting all the men.
Wow.
Because they see, I swear to God, they see, because I see her and I'm like mesmerized by her. I'm like, she's so free. She's like, I'm like, she's a fairy. Like, she's a fairy. She's free. And everyone wants to catch her because she's so free. Like, look at her go. I'm like, she's like, honestly, I'm like, she's perfect because she's so free. You know what I mean? And so I get it. That's, oh, God, it's so hard to get in that energy sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming on. You're so awesome. I knew I would love you, like just through your videos. I'm like, I have to have her on. So tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram at Aubrie Brooke W. You can find me on TikTok at Aubrie Can. Not Aubrie Can. At Aubrie Can. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't have X or anything else. Just TikTok and Instagram. And thank
No,
you
that's
so much for
perfect.
having me. It was so fun.
Yeah,
And you're so
thank
easy
you
to
for
talk
coming
to.
on. I was gonna say, if you ever come to LA, hit me up, and if I ever go to New York, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, I definitely will. For
All
sure.
right, have a good time. We'll talk soon.
Talk soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Please comment, let me know what parts you loved the most, and tell me what you want me to speak about next. I read them all, I respond to you all, and please subscribe. This means the most to me to come on here each week and connect with you all. I love you so much, and as you know, I come back every week, so I'll see you soon.